And right here we have a member of the Nigeria Football Federation Executive Board, as well as the chairman of the Nigeria National League, George Aluo, with us to look at the matter arising from the Super Eagles coaching job, as well as the NNL, of course. Thanks for joining us here on Afrosport now.
It's my pleasure, Tayo Gunshare. Thank you very much for having me.
All right, so the latest from the NFF is that they will now have new coaches, a new coach for the Super Eagles, especially for the Super Eagles, of course, the under-17. And I want to find out from you, when Jose Peseiro was appointed, there was nothing like this was pushed out. So is this a normal procedure with the NFF?
Well, let me say, even if it is not a normal procedure, but the Alhaji Ibrahim Gusau-led board has decided what should be the normal procedure. You remember Gusau was not in charge when Peseiro was named as Super Eagles manager. That was a different administration, but the new man in charge wants to do things differently. Talk about Ibrahim Gusau. He has decided that the way to go is advertise the job, get coaches to apply, and interview will be conducted by the technical committee of the Nigeria Football Federation. And then at the end of the day, the right person will be given the job, or the right people, because it's not just one position. We are talking about the Super Eagles manager that became vacant after Jose Peseiro left. And then we're talking about the under-17 national team too, the Golden Eaglets. That equally has been advertised. And like I said, Ibrahim Gusau is a different person. What must have happened in the past is different. But under him, he wants a transparent process in this appointment. Okay, and this is not the first time this is even happening under Gusau. Under 23 was advertised. Okay. The Super Falcons was advertised. Golden Eaglets, coaching and all that. They were all advertised on the NFF website and in some other media organizations. And at the end of the day, people applied and selection was made purely on merit. And at the end of the day, coaches were named. So that was how even the Super Falcons coach was picked. So
that's Christopher
Danjuma. So
okay.
This time, the board wants to do the right thing. And at the end of the day, the best person for the job will be selected.
The best person for the job will be selected. Nigerians will want to know, the last coach, Jose Peseiro, who left abruptly, because we heard that the NFF was also trying to get him to continue after...
No, he didn't leave abruptly.
Okay.
Because his contract expired. But you see that before the Nations Cup, in fact, Peseiro should have left by July. The federation had the option of renewing or not renewing his contract by July last year. But there was a case of force majeure because the Nations Cup did not take place in Côte d'Ivoire in July, and his lawyers argued that the contract says it ends with the Nations Cup. Okay. And the Nations Cup would have ordinarily taken place in July, but Côte d'Ivoire was not ready, and then it was moved to early this year, and that was why it is AFCON 2023, even though it was played in 2024. And because the board did not want another experience of what the country went through under Genetroa, the leadership of the federation, like I told you, will have a president who is very thorough, who wants to do things in a way that will not put the country into trouble. We looked at the whole thing and said, okay, let's allow Peseiro to go to the Nations Cup, even though the contract would have ended in July. But rather than go into litigation, take us to CAS and all that, we allowed the contract to run out. And thank God it turned out to be a decision that came with a lot of wisdom. So many people did not give Peseiro the chance and Super Eagles the chance of getting into the second round of that competition. But with meticulous planning and all of that, you saw the performance of the national team in Côte d'Ivoire. We were able to get to the finals, and in the finals, the Super Eagles gave it all they had, and it's quite unfortunate. We were 45 minutes away from glory.
I have to interrupt you now because of time. Now, the coaching job is definitely vacant. So, in what kind
so it became vacant immediately after his contract expired in the Nations Cup.
Oh, okay. So
even if he had won the trophy,
even if he had won
the trophy, the important thing is that the contract has ended, and the federation had the option of saying, we are going to renew your contract or we are not going to renew your contract.
Okay. So what kind of coach should the Eagles expect now? Because don't forget that in June, Nigeria will be playing continuing the World Cup qualifier in 2024, 2026, the World Cup. What kind of coach, foreign or we're coming back in home to look at our best at home here?
It has been advertised. I'm very sure that foreigners will apply, Nigerian coaches will apply. We'll have a whole lot of competent Nigerian coaches that can get this job done too. And at the end of the day, those that have applied, the federation will read them, and Nigerians should be rest assured that whoever becomes the Super Eagles manager will be selected purely on merit after going through a transparent process. The application ends by 12th of March. The portal ends by 12th of March, 6 p.m. So it is after that application has been made that the technical committee of NFF will now take a look at all those that have applied and interview them. If the best is a Nigerian, why not? If the best is a foreigner, why not? But what the federation is looking at moving forward is that this job will be given to a coach purely on merit, and then we'll give it to a coach who will be able to take us, who will share the same vision with the federation, and that is to qualify Nigeria for the World Cup in US, Mexico, and Canada.
All right, before I let you go, we're already running out of time. We have to just look at the Nigerian National League. That's the second division which you used to pretend. Briefly, how has the season been now that we are? The league is week 13 this weekend.
Yeah, it's in week 13. That is this weekend we'll be playing the second matches in the second stanza. Okay. It's been a fantastic first stanza. The second stanza started very well, and you can see it from the results. Last weekend, ahead of this weekend game, 3 away victories and all that. So clubs are winning on the road. We know that it has been taxing, very challenging, but we're happy that the league is running very well. And the statistics will show you that the NNL is very, very competitive.
Thank you very much, George Aluo, the chairman of the Nigerian National League, the second division, talking to us here about the Super Eagles coaching job, of course, giving us updates on the NNL as it reaches week 13.
Week 13 this weekend, yes. And we appeal to Nigerians to support the league. Go out there, enjoy the game. There are no issues of violence. The various stadia in the country is a place you can go and enjoy with your family the best of football. So, but we're appealing to corporate Nigeria to please support us.